Hello and welcome to BI Publisher Lab. In this lab, we are going to build a complex report. Our objective is to build a report that looks like this. Um, this report this report has a header section which holds the logo of the company, a barcode, and there is no footer, but it has a body with multiple divisions. One division is for the job. The other one is for the operation, the resources and requirements. And there are some extra boxes for comments and some signatures. And there are conditionally showing and hiding the requirements. If it's there, show it. Otherwise, not. Um, and you can see that the job remains the same. The header piece includes the job and the operations changes. For each operations, the resources and the requirements are tied. So let's review the output. The report has a multiple header section. It has a body with a section for operations, resources, requirement, and there's no footer. If you look at the report and examine it closely, it's basically a bunch of tables stacked together. So I have a page with a table. I'm going to add another table called body. I'm going to add insert table, resources, another set of table, and requirements. This is pretty much the report is. The only difference is it has we are rearranging the column. We are merging some cells. Pretty much all the BA publisher reports can fall into this category, or we can use a table within a table. So in this case, I'm having a table, and I'm going to merge these cells, and I'm going to insert a table for resources. I'm going to insert a table here, and for job. So pretty much all the BA report fall, all the complex reports fall in these two categories. You can have a header with uh, multiple sections, or within the same header, you're repeating different objects. Um, let's look further. So how are we going to approach this? We are going to use outside in method, meaning we are going to start with the outermost box, then build the inside boxes. So as we build pages, we're going to take a backup so that we would come, in case if we mess up, we can come back to it. So we are not going to do the data extraction part. So at this time, the data is extracted, and we have an XML sample ready to build the template. Here is the XML that'll be used for building the report. As you notice that it has multiple child elements, and you can see that there is a root element called gjob. Underneath that there are operations, and for each operations there are resources. So you can have multiple levels within the same XML. For us, G resources holds the last level. So where do we start? We are going to start with the table for G job, and we are going to use a section so that each job would be printed in a separate. It will be forced to a new page. So we're going to start with G job. Let's build a table. So let's start with loading the data. So once the data is loaded, I'm going to build a table. So I'm going to use the G job. So I'm going to get some basic information. Description, information. finish. So I'm going to take out the description for the for loop. I'm putting it outside. And I'm going to keep it here. And I'm going to change the layout to different formats. I'm going to say description, unit of measure, start quantity. Let's run it to see how it looks like. We have to save it first. So let's do a preview, and we can get this. Let's do a section, so we can print it to what we call it. Section for each. Hit the section. Now preview. So we can see that each job is pushed to a different page. Let's go ahead and add the remaining fields that we need. So at this point, I've added all the remaining fields. I rearranged the columns. Let's preview it. Check it again. So I'm going to take out this header part for now. Preview. So I can see my header pieces coming properly. Let's continue building the. So in this step, we are going to build the operations table. So we are going to build this operations table inside the gjob loop structure. Let me show you how. So we notice that the for and if else ends here. So we build a insert a table. So this is going to be operations. Get the fields that we need. So we built the operations table inside the for loop of the gjob. Let's see how the results look like. So we can see that for each job there is different operations. Okay, let's continue to build them. So in this step, we are going to do is we're going to clean up the operations table. We are going to move the for and end outside of the boxes, and we are going to rearrange the columns, and we are going to add a few rows to leave spaces for comments. Let's get started. So I rearranged the for the operations table. So I'm going to add a few more columns for the comments. And I'm going to rearrange them so that I can add the comments box. And I'm going to merge these boxes. And I'm going to add comments here. And date and timestamp. Employee signature. So I'm going to change the font size to 8. I'm going to align this to the left. Let's go to step 4. So instead of the at section for gjob, we are going to explicitly break it using page break. Let's try look at that. So before we go into adding the page break, I'm going to leave some space for resources and requirements. Those are the two boxes that we need. So I added some extra space to put the resources and requirements. So we will come back to the page break. So I'm going to remove the at section. So I'm going to do the at section and remove it later. So I'm going to add the page break. So it's going to just say XXL. Add page break there. Let's test it out. So we get 42 pages. So what the page break does is it's going to break the page for each operations. So we have So we have a job and operations, and each operation is going to be in a different page. So I can see that I put the page break right before the end for the operations. So in this fifth step, we are the reason why we need to focus on fifth step is we have one job, we can have multiple operations. So we need to make sure that the um, operations tied to the job. So we are going to use start body and end body and add section back. I mean, so start body and end body to hold the pages together along with the job. Let's see how. So I've added start body and end body, and let's test it out. So we can see that the this job is 209, and the 209 is repeated, but the operations is different. You can see that the body is operations, resources, and requirements, and the header is the job details. In the sixth step, we are going to add the resource table and requirements table. We are going to use a we're going to conditionally show and display the resource requirements table. We are going to use if count requirements is greater than 0 to conditionally do that. So first we will create the table for resources. Next we're going to specify if count is greater than 0, requirements count, then we're also going to specify if the requirement count is if it's less than 1, we're going to display this. If not, we are going to create a table inside the if and if to show the requirement. So in this step, we are going to reduce the top and bottom margins. We are going to add a new row above the job sequence to add logo and report date. We're going to add some colors and borders as needed. So I have removed the header and the bottom region. Narrow down the margins over, and I inserted a row above the job, two rows above the job. I inserted the org header name, which I got it from the XML. So I use // to get the parent, any parent, to get the organization name, org name header. Okay, so org name header. I'm going to get the job and the sequence, and I put logo there and the print date. So now, next step, let's run it and see what happens. So it looks like this. So we have the header as the job and the body as the operations, resources, and requirements. And if there is no requirements, it's going to display no requirements. Let's add the barcode. So I've removed some unwanted borders, and I use the free barcode it installed. If you don't know how to install a barcode, there is another video showing how to install the barcode. So, and the barcode should have an asterisk at the beginning and end to tell the scanner when to stop and start. So let's try and see what happens. So you can see that the barcode is appearing now. There's a start, 2 stars at the end, which tells the scanner to start and stop. And that's pretty much it. So I've reached every time I modified the template, I have a backup. So feel free to download the backup, download the pages and play with it. So in the final step, we added the barcode and removed the unwanted borders. Feel free to download uh, the different stages. You can play with this and build the report that we need. That's pretty much it for this section. We would continue. We'll see you in another chapter. Thanks. Bye.